What's up, guys? How you doing?
Is it easier to turn the page knowing that it's Iowa this week?
Yeah, I mean, obviously for us, we learn every Sunday that we come into the facility, whether it's a win or loss, and every week is a championship season, and this week is no different. This time we get to play for a trophy, so it's pretty exciting, and we're excited for the opportunity to play against a really good opponent, um, and excited to put in the work and put in the extra work with the film and the game plan and stuff like that, because we're playing against a team that's very, very good and very talented and very well coached.
Iowa basically uses turnovers as fuel for their offense too.
Right.
What's the balance between pushing the ball down the field and avoiding those?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all starts with 78%. You got to take care of the ball. I think we've seen perfectly the games that we've lost when we don't take care of the ball. It's a lot harder to win the football game. So our formula, 78% taking care of the ball is never going to abandon us depending on the opponent. It's always going to stay the same. So, for us, we just got to always take care of the ball, and then find ways to execute and find explosive plays.
Tanner, how much of Saturday was Illinois taking away some of the RPO intermediate game, and how much of it was maybe you guys not being able to execute?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously you got to give them a lot of credit. They did a phenomenal job taking stuff away. Their game plan was awesome. They got a lot of really good players that executed really well. And then at the end of the day, no matter what happens, whatever teams do against you, it all comes down to finding ways to tweak things and go execute and do kind of stuff like that. So, again, that all starts with me. And depending on no matter what happens, finding ways to get the ball in guys' hands and that's something that I have to be a lot better at, and I look forward for the opportunity to get better at it this week, as we did today on Tuesday's practice.
Tanner, you saw the response from the state a couple years ago when you guys went down to Camp Randall and got that win. What would it mean to go to Iowa City and bring Floyd home, knowing, like we've talked about the last few weeks with Big Ten West and all that going on, but just to get the rivalry win and get to touch that peg, what would that mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the elite things about playing at the University of Minnesota. You get to play in a lot of rivalry games, games that matter, games that people really care about, and obviously it would be elite for our fans. But for us, it's truly we have to stay focused on 1-0 championship season. Playing a really, really good opponent, like I've said before. But it's exciting to be able to play in these games. That's why you come play in the Big Ten. That's why you play at the University of Minnesota, to play in these types of games and these types of atmospheres. So. We're really excited for the opportunity this week.
Iowa has one defensive back with 4 interceptions, another with 3. What impresses you about their secondary?
Yeah, they do an elite job of catching the balls that are thrown to them, first and foremost. And they're in the right spots. They do the right things. They're very fundamentally sound. They're not going to give you anything easy. I think as a lot of teams have seen over the course of the season. So they do an elite job of that. And, for us, it always comes down to execution. We just have to execute and be able to put our guys in advantageous positions to go be successful. But yeah, they're phenomenal. I mean, there's no other way to put it. They do an elite job. It's not just 1 or 2 guys; it's the entire group that plays as one. And so yeah, it's going to be a challenge and a great opportunity for us this week.
Tanner, when PJ was on KFan here just an hour ago, saying that when you guys get in the plus zone, that he'll tell Mike and Matt that, hey, it's 4-down territory. Is that something that gets relayed to you, or once you get to 4th down, that's when you kind of find out that you guys are going to go for it?
It's kind of hard to get relayed on the field, but I think it's something that I have an understanding of kind of where we're at in the situation of the game, and I know Coach is very aggressive of kind of when we'll be in 4-down territory, depending on what kind of 4th down it is. Is it 4th and 9 or 4th and 2? That just kind of has come through experience, but that's just kind of obviously the best way to avoid those situations is don't put yourself in those situations. Be successful on 1st and 2nd down, and then on 3rd down as well. But I think that's an identity for our offense is when we get in those opportunities, we got to capitalize. That's something that we learned from last week as well.
How much did you feel like just having 4 drives inside the 40 and not getting points on some of those kind of really hindered you guys on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, you have to capitalize on those opportunities. You have to come away with points. You have to come away with points that, whether it's 3 or 7, obviously you want it to be 7, but you have to come away with points that when you are put in those situations. And, it all comes down to execution. And our team, our offense, learned a lot about that and the ways that we have to improve. And I know our team will improve. Our offense will improve. I will improve in those areas, and we're excited that we have another opportunity to go out and practice today and go back to practice tomorrow, put in the work, and just go respond.
Your team runs the ball about 70% of the time. Does that make it more difficult to get in a rhythm in the passing game?
I think it all comes down to, again, execution. You can't really worry about, I need to get a bunny here, a bunny there to be able to execute. If it's a shot or a 5-yard hitch, we have to be able to execute no matter what the play is, whenever the situation's called. I think at the end of the game last week when we kind of got in 2-minute mode, we're going tempo. We had a lot of good completions. Guys were doing a lot of really good things when they got the ball in their hands, creating space, creating separation. But that's kind of the stuff we have to do a lot earlier in games. We can't wait till the fourth quarter to get that kind of stuff going. So it doesn't really matter. Whatever play's called, we have to go execute, whether it's a inside zone or whether it's a forward vertical concept. We got to go execute it. It doesn't matter when and where, or how many times you throw it, how many times you run it. It all comes down to execution.
What do you do personally to bounce back from a loss? I know there's things kind of with the program, but what do you do to kind of separate one week from the next?
Yeah, I think for one, the way that our culture is built, the way that it is, we truly, come in on Sunday, learn about it, learn from it, and then really look at how we can improve and be able to transition and respond to the next week. That's what we've always done here. That's what I've always done here. Is we've always found ways to respond. No matter what the situation is, responding is a huge part of what we do. Whether it's good or bad, whether you win by 40 or you lose by 40 or whatever it may be, you have to respond. And I think that's something that I'm grateful to be in a culture that values that. And for me, honestly, truthfully, it's really always a good reminder of where my identity's at. It can be very easy to get caught up in being a Minnesota Golden Gopher football player when things are going well. And, and when it doesn't, it's a great reminder of, where my true identity is. And, that's in Christ, that's in God for me. And I think that's always a good reminder of what truly is the most important in life. And then, understanding that the blessing and the opportunities that I have right now in life to be able to be in a culture, be in a team that really values responding, values each other, and then go do it. That's really what it is. You can't sit and wallow or get into self-pity. You just have to go respond. I think that's what the best players do in any sport. They just go out there and respond. So that's what we're looking forward for the opportunity to do.
Is there anything you can lean on from the 2019 game down there, just in terms of playing in that atmosphere, just to kind of help you get through another tough road game?
Yeah, I think for us, our culture always travels with us, so it's always about what we do when we go on the road. Our coaches always have an elite plan for us. It's a phenomenal environment to play in. Obviously, being there in 2019, so I'm familiar with it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You just have to go out there and execute. It doesn't matter if it's in a parking lot or in a stadium sold out with 65,000 fans. It's the atmospheres that you dream of playing when you dream about playing in college football. You dream about playing in packed-out environments, and that's what we're excited for the opportunity to play in.
The sideline is pretty tight there in Iowa City at Gimmick. What's that like? Is it to tune out the fans there?
Yeah, they're right. They're right on top of you, but it doesn't matter. You have to focus on the play at hand, the teammate situation, what's going on. Focus on the game. But yeah, it's definitely a cool environment.
Tanner, I know you passed Mitch Leidner for career passing yards. I know you guys didn't overlap. I think Connor Rhoda was kind of a bridge maybe between. Mm-hmm. Do you know him at all, or kind of?
I've met him a couple times. We've had a few conversations. I have a lot of respect for him. He won a lot of games here. Wasn't always. I didn't really get the opportunity to watch a ton of the stuff that he did. Connor always spoke very highly of him and his character and kind of who he is, the type of person he is. Clay Geary knows him pretty well, so I know a lot of him, through kind of mutual friends and through a couple conversations we've had. But I got a lot of respect for him, and kind of the situation that he was in, and being able to win a lot of games here, and just finding ways to win games. It's pretty cool to see, and we're excited to look for an opportunity to win another game this week. To give ourselves the best chance to win. That's all you can do. All you can do in this league is give yourself the best opportunity to win a football game by putting in the work, by practicing, doing everything you can, because nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. You could have the best week of practice, and it's not guaranteed that you're going to win on Saturdays. That's just the way it is. So all you can do is stack chances, and that's really all we can do.
Brevin became a pretty big target for you in the fourth quarter there. What did he do well in that game?
Yeah, he did a lot of things really well. Obviously, he was fantastic in the run game, and then he's put in a lot of work. He's a phenomenal receiving tight end, and kind of showed what he can do when he gets the ball in his hands. And it was really exciting to see. And he did a lot of elite things, getting open, making really really fantastic catches. It was a huge impact for us.
Any more for Tanner, or everyone else?
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you as always.